Um, Actually, I wanted to learn martial arts when I was a very young boy, like probably when I was in primary school. And then back then, when there's like pasar malam or night bazaars, right? And then they will sell like pirated VCDs and stuff. And then they will play certain videos. And at that point of time, I happened to I was a young kid. I happened to like see UFC, early stages of UFC being played like at the Pasar Malam. And I thought that was brutal, but at the same time, it was like interesting. But I never really got into it until when I was around 21 after I finished poly, because I needed to focus on like my studies and stuff. So right after I finished my poly, I was waiting for enlistment, right? So that's where I had a little bit more free time. I started searching for a gym where I can train martial arts. Yeah, so I think when I started out, I was really into, and I didn't expect me doing this for 14, 15 years already. Yeah. Martial arts itself has changed my life, mentally and physically, of course. There are a lot of things that I translate from training to life, which I think is very transferable. A lot of mental work, mental strength that I have to go through as a trainee and as well as a professional fighter, right? The experiences that I went through kind of shaped me who I am today. Things like dealing with adversity, things like learning how to persevere through difficult times, tough times, right? When I'm preparing for fight, it's the same thing. There's gonna be a lot of different kind of you're being placed in a stressful environment for a period of time where we could control. And I guess at times like this now, it's pandemic. It's we again put in a stressful environment where we could not control the time. So I really don't know when this will stop, but it'll probably take a few years. But at the same time, we learn how to see the brighter side of life, and personally, I feel adaptability is king, and it's the key to many things, whether if it's sports or martial arts or in life or career. I think being adaptable allows one to maneuver and improve rather than being a little bit too rigid. Yeah. Um, Actually, the past decade, like past 10 years ish, I wasn't really a freelance. I was part freelance, but I was actually a full-time employee of a previous gym. Um, so I'm actually one of the pioneers who set up the previous gym. Um, the first day ever since, right? So I've been through how the beginning, how to set up. I've been through many different processes along the way, from a 24, 25-year-old kid who have no experience, who's a nobody, and then eventually I built up my career and experiences, and I exposed myself to different events, and that's how I actually brought myself out there and went for the Ultimate Fighter tryouts, and that's how I got into UFC and stuff. So I've been in this line for 14 years and more. Um, I I wouldn't say I know inside out the know-how, but I think I know enough to move out and you know, start on my own, where I have very clear vision and goals of what I want. There's a difference, of course. Like, I've grown from just a junior trainee to a professional athlete, and then to a full-time coach, and that period of time, it's the first, maybe more than first half of that experience is really just about myself, right? I just own time, own target. I just get teach, focus on myself, focus on training as an athlete and stuff like this. And then when I transition to a coach, then it's I still have to put myself first to upgrade myself, to stay active. But being a full-time coach means I have to put people first most of the time. Beyond that, so the transition is a little bit different. Then when I decided to leave and start on my own, I'm switching from a full-time coach to from a full-time coach, part-time businessman mentality to a full-time coach, full-time businessman mentality. So I guess that's another transition that I am learning still, and hopefully, I'm still learning along the way. Yeah.